Welcome to the night mode edition of the Mark Jackson Show. I'm Mark Jackson. We're on the Come and Talk to Me network. This is my co-host, my dynamic co-host, my guy Blue, aka Isaac from the Love Boat. Looking sharp, man.
Isaac from the Love Boat. Why you coming at me already? Why you coming at me already, man? We've been in here for 2 seconds. What's up?
My fault. I love the hoodie. My apologies, man.
Thank you. I love the hoodie too. What's that? Redmond St. John. Okay.
It's the Red
That's
Storm.
nice.
It's no longer the Redmond. It's the Red Storm.
Oh, my bad.
And you can't. When somebody gives you a compliment, you can't follow it up with a compliment.
Let me ask you, why you just try to get me canceled just now? What's going on, Pops? How you feeling tonight?
Everything's great, man. Some good games, some good performances. Exciting night.
Yeah, good. It's a lot of people in good spirits tonight. Families across the whole state of Cleveland rejoice because Dad's coming home. They're going to CANCUUUN. They're out of here. We saw the Cavs going home, man. But before we get into these games, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Go ahead and click the link in the description or scan the QR code. It'll take you right to the site. Play the pick'em game. That's our favorite. Pops, a lot of good basketball tonight.
I tell you what, though, I wouldn't want to be in the NBA and lose and watch you say Cancun the way you say it. I would be looking for you in the summertime. I'm just letting you know that.
Oh, they're going to find me. They're going to see me in the summertime. I'm going to be right on the boat. Oh, the board. Donovan, it's so good to see you. When'd you get in Cancun?
Hilarious.
Oh, man. Nah, they going to see me. I know I'm going to get some heat this summer. It's all right, though. I'll be right at Summer League like, yo, y'all got cooked. Sorry.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. It's over. At that time, it's over.
No. If they coming up to me saying like, yo, why you celebrate that we was going to Cancun? Why you was doing all that? I'm going to be like, because y'all got cooked because Jason Tatum was torching y'all. I'm like, look, this is my chance to say it. If I don't say it, when am I going to say it? The dudes got torched. I've been saying it for the whole series. They fighting against this David against Goliath, and they must not believe in the Lord because they ain't have no strength on their side. They was out of it.
The sad thing is I know you, and I know that's how you would respond to them also.
All right, Pops. Let's get to this first game. Well, the second game, but to me the more important game. OKC versus the Mavericks. What did you see from this Mavericks team going against this young OKC team? We watched them win tonight, and to me it looked like a little bit more experience or veteran grit. What did you see?
I think you point the finger at a lot of different things. They defended at a high level, kept the Thunder in the 20s every single quarter. They picked up the pace. They got scoring punch off the bench. They got a different look, bringing in Hardy off the bench, a guy that can score and create a little bit. LUKA was special, and I thought he would be special in a bounce-back game after he played as bad as I've seen him play in his professional career, NBA career professionally. He bounced back with a triple-double, a statement game. I thought Lively, Gafford, P.J. Washington was good again. I thought Hardaway Jr. knocking down shots. They just were clicking on all cylinders. What you saw was an inexperienced team. I've been there before. Inexperienced team thinking, okay, we took care of business, now we're going home, going to be going crazy, we turning up. It doesn't happen that way. And you saw a veteran team that had no panic, that followed the lead of their best player and responded with a big-time W. I thought Jason Kidd did a great job making adjustments, making them shooters, staying at home on Shea, making it a little tough for him. He's a special player. He's going to get his, but they limited the damage that everybody else could do. And quite honestly, I thought Mark Daigneault, it was a bad decision with changing his starting lineup. I've been there before as a player. I've watched great coaches make adjustments that work, and then great coaches make adjustments that doesn't work. I thought this one didn't work, and the ceiling for what you was going to get out of starting Joe as opposed to starting GIDDY is not that much of a difference. I thought he should have had a shorter leash, if that be the case, taking GIDDY out the game early. But I thought it put some doubt in their repertoire, and it hurt them as a basketball team.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you stick with Giddy, especially a young dude. You can't. It's a risk. You go back to him now, his mind might be messed up. He may be looking at you like, Coach, you embarrassed me. You pulled me in the biggest series of the playoffs. I'm hurt. I don't know if I go back to him at this point because you've already kind of gone bad. It depends on who's on the coaching staff if you're able to just corral him back, have his mental be in the right space. But I totally agree with you with that. My issue also with the coaching, I didn't agree with going away from. There's two Jalen Williams. The second Jalen Williams that comes off the bench, I thought that he had been playing great this series and competing, and I watched him get less minutes tonight. Uh, I thought that he should have got more minutes. Also, I didn't agree with the fouling of Lively once again down the stretch. If we're a great defensive team, I understand the 2 minutes is approaching, and this is our last chance to foul. But we've got great defenders. It's not the time to gamble when we have a good defensive team. Let's get a stop. There's so many things that I saw from this OKC team that make me feel like they left a win on the table tonight. As great as the Mavericks played, there's a lot of adjustments to be made from this Thunder team.
Yeah, again, inexperienced, trying to figure it out on the fly, thinking that you're going home and it's going to be fine. Give the Dallas Mavericks credit. The same way we bashed them and gave the Thunder credit, Thunder went into Dallas and took care of business and got a huge win. Well, the Mavericks came into OKC and made a huge statement with their backs against the wall, really the pressure on them because everybody, even though the Thunder are the highest seed, people expect the Dallas Mavericks to win the series. The pressure was on them. They gave up a game at home. They responded in a big way. I saw they highlighted all the injuries of LUKA before the game. Again, I'm not caught up in that, but I understand he's not 100%. He battled, he competed, and he played big-time basketball. And I thought they did a great job of sharing the basketball. How many times we see them getting in the paint, throwing lobs to Gafford, throwing lobs to Lively, throwing lobs to Derrick Jones Jr. Just spectacular, unselfish play, and they set the tone early, and it was ignited by their best player in LUKA.
I think I agree with you, but I think it's easier watching the game tonight. Then this is one of the points that I wanted to bring up. It's easier to be involved when the ball is in your hand every play. LUKA and KYRIE are going to make plays because every possession for the Mavericks is ran through LUKA and KYRIE. And I watch this OKC team, and as much as it's their identity to share the ball and have everybody score, we're going down the stretch down by 10. I don't need Lou Dort isolations. I don't need Jalen Williams isolations. I don't need anybody else, but I'll take a Jalen Williams isolation. I don't need anybody else but SGA and Jalen Williams with the ball in their hand going down the stretch, the same way that we see it from the Mavericks, the same way we see from every team. Get your stars the ball because stars win games and championships. And I felt like tonight it was too long with SGA being off the ball, even starting that fourth quarter on the bench while LUKA and KYRIE were in the game. I didn't agree with that. Go with your stars and win or lose with the people who have competed for MVPs this season. Dude, put the ball in SGA's hand.
Yeah, the rebuttal to that is this is the brand of basketball that they've been playing all season long that gave them the number one seed. Spreading the floor, dribble penetration, driving, kick, setting each other up. Most of the time it's Shea, but it certainly is other guys feeling comfortable and having the green light to make plays aggressively at all points during the course of the game. They had success with it, so I don't expect to see them go away with it. But one thing I would suggest is you got to get the ball out of LUKA's hands. I understand a great defender in Lou Dort doing a very good job and working his tail off. But if I'm OKC, I got to send two guys to LUKA. Not when he's dribbling and getting into the paint, and now all of a sudden two guys and it's a lob or it's an open three. I'm talking about early hitting him, getting the ball out of his hands, and living with somebody else making plays. KYRIE is not as aggressive as we would like him to be as fans of the game. So I'd force the ball out of LUKA's hands because of that size, that strength. He doesn't get rattled. He takes the pressure defense that affected Brandon Ingram. He embraces it, gets to his spots, either shoots it or dishes it. He's making plays all around the floor. I would have to be willing to live with somebody else being a star on the offensive end, not named Luka Doncic.
Do you not think, because watching the game, I feel like OKC made that decision down the stretch once they started double teaming hard off those screens and attempting to get the ball out of his hands, but then guys like PJ Washington stepped up and guys hit big shots. So is it a lose-lose for OKC, or what can you do?
No, to me, you don't wait till it's 5 minutes to go and you're down 10. Maybe they ran into some fool's gold at that point and you will utilize it moving forward. But I believe you started early, because if you do it with 5 minutes to go, well, PJ Washington already feels good about his game. Derrick Jones already feels good about his game. Hardaway already feels – these guys already have a rhythm, and they've played, 30, 35 minutes and feel good and confident and comfortable. I'd say early on, get the ball to Luka's hands and force those guys to make plays. The difference is now you do it in the next game. You're in Dallas. Those role players, the pressure is not as elevated as it would have been in Oklahoma City. So they're going to be much more comfortable and locked and loaded, ready to make plays.
Watching this playoffs, I'm seeing dudes prove that great offense beats great defense. Because Lu Dort, like you said, he's competing, he's playing good defense, but Luka's doing what he wants if they don't send a double team or if they don't help extremely hard. The same thing that's happening with Minnesota and the Nuggets with Rudy Gobert on Jokic. It's not a knock against these great defensive players. It's just great offense can't be stopped at times. And I've heard you say that to me over the years. Can you just speak to what you see as far as just these offensive juggernauts taking over this playoffs?
Especially in today's game where you can't grab hold, do the things physically to give you some sort of an advantage or a chance to at least fight, for lack of a better term. But the skill level of today's players is just incredible on the offensive end of the floor. Their ability to take and make tough shots, contested shots, hand in your face, guys leaning on you, guys harassing you. Luka shot a 30-footer that looked good as soon as it left his hand down the stretch of the game. I mean, they're comfortable. So I always thought historically, the elite of the elite offensive players, I'll take them over any great defensive player. I don't care who it is. And the funny thing I thought about it, I was at breakfast today and Meta World Peace, Ron Artest was in the restaurant. We talked for a minute. 6'8", 6'9", physical enforcer, as great a defender as you've seen in this league. And I'm sitting there like, I can remember pulling up to Rucker Park playing against a playoff team, and all of a sudden they bring a surprise player in the playoffs in the Rucker, and it's Ron Artest. This guy picked me up full court, harassed me, grabbing me, turning me. I'm like, what the heck, man? You have no answer. I wasn't an elite offensive player, but put him against late great Kobe Bryant, put him against Tracy McGrady or Vince Carter, or, guys like LUKA. I mean, those guys are going to not dominate, but they're going to get their numbers because they're that special on the offensive end. It's just a different game. And offensively, you always have the advantage because you know what you're going to do and you have a counter if that's stopped.
Yeah. All right. So
let me ask you a question. This is all seriousness because I was a facilitator. You're a scorer. When you got it going, did you feel like, did it matter who guarded you? Or why are you blushing?
Because you gassed me right now.
I'm being serious, though. You are a scorer.
We just went down a list of all-time great scorers, and now you want me to give my little 2 cents.
Okay, in the rec league. Does it matter when you're rolling? Who's defending?
When I get it going, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It don't matter. It could be the
That's
greatest
what I'm talking
defender.
about.
And that's the funniest part. No, for real. When you a scorer, and it's dudes it's dudes at home that are watching, that you don't have to be an NBA level scorer, but you can be a scorer also. Once you get it going, it don't matter. Sometimes the better defender make you feel better. You like, right in your face, like pause.
Right.
But that's how it feels sometimes. So, that's just my little 2 cents.
Way to open up. I feel you. You went to humility. Man. You went to the all-time greats to me. Now you're asking me. Well, I'll answer. Nobody can guard me. Nobody can stop me.
All right, Pops. Let me ask you, what do you need to see from OKC in Game 6?
Say that again?
What do you need to see from OKC in Game 6?
Just fight. I want to see confidence. I want to see swag. I want to see that body language that tells me we're ready to go into Dallas and bring this series back to Oklahoma City. I want to see great leadership by Shea and the supporting cast. I want to see us tied together, the same way we're tied together when we win and we do post-game interviews. I want to be tied together defensively. I want to be tied together driving and kicking, making plays for one another. I want to be tied together in the bench, in the huddle. For 48 minutes, let's bring our brand of basketball, be tied together, and when we do that, good things happen. I thought there were some good things that took place. I thought Chet finally put the ball on the deck and made some plays aggressively attacking the paint. That gives them a different option. Knock down the three ball, give them a different option, makes their offense more complete. They just got to get more guys involved and more guys aggressive. And me personally, I'd start GIDDY. This is who we are. We've been the number one team all season long in the Western Conference. This is how we're gonna go down. I'm going down with my guys, and I'm gonna apologize to GIDDY in front of everybody because I'm not, because it may have been taken like I blamed you. It wasn't your fault. It was my fault. It was your fault. It was Shea's fault. It was Jalen's fault. I mean, I'm going down the line. Now let's own it and let's be better.
Yeah, because it's not on GIDDY, man. And I would definitely go back with GIDDY, seeing that these dudes are not hitting shots anyway. So I might as well go to a dude who can make plays, tack off the dribble. Let me roll the dice with GIDDY. Let me go with what won us games this year and the people who were in the mix. And he's somebody who is a rotation player. So don't lock him on the bench now. It don't make sense.
He's one of your 5 best players. I mean, that's how you shake it up. He's 6'8", 6'9", skilled point guard, made a couple of shots. He could have had his head down and let go of the rope. He had 11 points, so he played well. Build on that and put him back in the lineup.
Yeah. Now, I would love to see him in the lineup. One thing that was tough for me, and I don't know if this happens to you as a coach, but when you're watching the game and you see, like, for me, it was Case and Wallace on KYRIE tonight at times. And if I'm looking and I'm like, I do not feel good about this matchup. This dude is going to get a bucket or a foul or make a play. Do you ever have that thought in your mind as a coach and you just looking like, I don't have no other option. This is it. But let's go. Let's just throw caution to the wind and go for it, because he's competing, but he's outmatched offensively. He can't guard KYRIE.
No, I never felt that way, because it's not about can this individual defend this guy. Is basically my responsibility to put together schemes and principles that put us in the best possible position to direct this guy to make a shot on our terms. So if I mean, Wallace is an outstanding defender, but let's just say me guarding KYRIE. My job is to make him work. My job is to stay in front of him. My job is to send him towards the help, and the other 4 guys shrink the floor and be in position to help me. And then the next person help us. So we have to be tied together on a string. We work on our principles, we work on our identity, and we game plan towards whether it's KYRIE, LUKA, whoever. Because in today's game, you're going to find yourself on all of those guys at a particular moment. You have to know just as well as Lou Dort knows how to defend LUKA, because it's as simple as running my man up to set the screen, and we're in a switch action. So now I got him, and I got to understand the principles and how we're defending this guy. So I never thought, uh-oh, here we go. No, because I came from, I mean, I'm the Big East Defensive Player of the Year, and I'm a liability defensively. So I got a trophy for it. And it's just about understanding the game and understanding principles, not about how good of an individual lockdown defender you are.
Love the humility. Love this.
I didn't deserve it. It was a joke. That's the only reason I can brag about it. Can you believe that? Pat Ewing, Dikembe Mutombo, Lonzo Mourning, and Mark Jackson, defensive player of the year. One of these things is not like the other.
Nah, you was competing. What was the secret? What was the secret?
There was no secret. The secret was they had a tough choice for Player of the Year. They gave it to Reggie Williams and gave me Defensive Player of the Year. No secret.
All right, Pops. At this point, is this the Mavericks series to lose?
Absolutely. I picked the Mavericks to win the series. I stuck with them even though they lost the last game in Dallas. And I expect to see them in a hard-fought game, because this Oklahoma City Thunder team has a lot of fight. They're not going to lay down. But I expect to see the Dallas Mavericks end this series and not put themselves in position to have to face this dangerous team in a one-game advanced situation. You got to put them away while you have a chance, and especially since you gave one away, the last one away at home. Be locked and loaded, be ready and prepared, and finish this young team off. The future's theirs. Give them credit. But as far as right now, it's our time.
All right. The other game tonight, Boston Massacre. They coming home. The Cavaliers are done, Pops. You hear that? It's the engine. It's the boat. They're about to leave. Get your tickets. All aboard. All aboard. Watch your head as you enter the cabin. Is that Tristan? Tristan? Come on, all aboard. Man, the Cavs got cooked. The season is over. Good season, good competitive season. Let me know, Pops. What did you see from this game?
I saw the Boston Celtics understand the importance of sending a team on vacation. You have a hobbled, hampered basketball team that's missing their star power in Donovan Mitchell, missing their rim protector and their dive and catch and finish at the rim guy and Jared Allen. They're trying anything. Guys coming off the bench playing well, but they're overmatched, quite honestly. And if I'm the Boston Celtics, my job is to understand the overmatch and hit them in the mouth right away. And they did. Wasn't their best brand of basketball, but they did enough. And Tatum and I thought Al Horford did a great job coming off, coming knocking down shots, defending, rebounding. Just a typical Celtic win. They've been doing this all season long. And I thought they did the right thing by finishing them off, so now they can rest. Now they can recover. And even the guys that's not hurt right now for the Boston Celtics, you still get valuable time to lift weights, to massage, to sleep, to relax, and just a moment to chill and watch Indiana and New York beat each other up. So when they do see you, they're worn down. No matter who it is, they've just been in a hard-fought series. Celtics' reward is rest, which is so valuable at this time of the year.
Yeah, Pops. I was watching the game. The Celtics early on, they played a lot of one-on-one basketball, and I saw some people on X questioning whether they're going to be able to win this way. What's your thoughts on this?
That's hilarious to me. No, that really is hilarious because I'll break it down for you. If the Celtics can't win that way, then can the Denver Nuggets win it? Because LUKA's ISO in a bunch. Jamal Murray's ISO in a bunch. Oh, maybe they can't win it. Can the Dallas Mavericks win it? Because, I'm sorry, Joker's ISO. Maybe the Dallas Mavericks. Well, Luka's isolating a bunch. Well, maybe OKC can win it. Well, Shea's isolating a bunch. Well, maybe the Knicks. Jalen Brunson is isolating. It's the brand of basketball that they play. No matter who you are, they put the ball in their best players' hands, and those guys are charged with making plays for themselves and making plays for their teammates. I don't care who you are. You have to have them home run hitters that can bring it home for you. And in today's game, they're trusted more than ever. You spread the floor, you get the ball in their hands, and they make plays. So it's going to be a steady diet of that. The challenge is defensively, can you make it tough for those special talents? And I think the Boston Celtics have as good a chance as anybody because they trust the three ball, and more importantly, they defend at a high level.
All right. That checks one of the questions that they have about the Celtics. One of the other questions is that bench. Do they have a deep enough bench?
If you have Porzingis back in uniform, that gives you 8 guys, in my opinion, which is enough. And I say it's enough different than if the Knicks played 8 guys, because the Knicks' 8 guys are not as versatile. When you have 6'9", Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown that can play the 2 to the 4, and you have Drew Holiday and Derek White, 6'4" and 6'7", that can play the 1, 2, 3, and defend the 4. So they can mix and match. When you're talking about Pritchard or Hauser or Porzingis is back, then that puts Horford on the bench. They definitely have the depth and the versatility to win it all. Let's be honest. Going in, besides the Denver Nuggets going into the playoffs, the Celtics were the co-favorites.
All right, Pops, going forward, if you're the Celtics, who do you want to face, the Knicks or the Pacers?
I've been there before. Be careful who you ask for. Let's say you're the Celtics and you say, well, the Knicks are shorthanded. They got guys hurt. They hobbled. we got 4 guys that we can put on Jalen Brunson. They probably match up better with them. We want the Knicks. Be careful what you ask for. They come in there with a bunch of competitive dogs with tremendous heart, defend and compete, rebound at a high level, and spread the floor with a home run hitter in Brunson. You got your hands full, and that's what you asked for. So I always believe the Celtics did their job. Their one task, win and advance. Don't ask for any particular team that you want to face, whether it's the Pacers or the Knicks. Let's make sure we're locked and loaded, we're prepared, and to finish them off in the same fashion that we just sent the Cleveland Cavaliers on vacation. That's the only mindset that you should have. You should not be asking for a particular team because this is the NBA where anything can happen.
Speaking of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and this is the last time we're going to speak about them for the rest of the year, so good season, y'all. But how would you sum up this year for them?
48-34. I thought it was inconsistent at times, but overall I thought it was a good season. They got injured, they got beat up during the course of the season and also in the playoffs. So I think the future's bright for them. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Donovan Mitchell moving forward. But they do have chips and pieces, and the future's bright. So it's a time to recover, retool, add some pieces, and then see what happens moving forward. But I thought overall 48-34, it is difficult to win in this league. So job well done by JB Bickerstaff and his staff and that Cleveland Cavaliers organization.
Pops, I got to ask you, because it's interesting to me. I'm thinking about it. What's that feeling like after you lose a playoff series? It's been a long season, and now you coming back to see the family for the summer. Were you one of those dudes that was like, yo, I'm so happy to go home and see the family? Or were you one of those dudes that was like, I can't believe I'm about to have to be home for the next 3 months?
No. I wasn't. No, that's a weird way you phrased that question because I didn't think either way. I was disappointed that we lost. I was excited to come home and be with the family. So is that an option?
Wait, what you mean? The loss is not the loss is fine. I'm talking about, okay, you get to come home now. Was you happy to spend the summer with the family? Did you like the trips to Bahamas?
Is this a trick question? I mean, you know the answer. Of course, yes.
It's a real question. It's not a blatant yes for everybody. It's some people.
No.
And
you asking your pops that you lived with and you know the answer.
No, you don't know the answer for sure. Because as parents, you gotta play the role sometimes. I'm telling you, if y'all in the comments and some of y'all get irritated when you come home from work and you hear the kids screaming, go ahead and type it. Because he's not keeping a buck. Sometimes when people come home from work, they don't like being home sometimes.
Okay,
it's just a real question.
Okay, so my team loses and now I'm on vacation and it's 4 teams left, 6 teams left, whatever amount of teams left. And now tomorrow, Mom looks at me and says, you got to go get Blue from school. Oh, I was like, now I got to go get this dude and then I got to take him to practice and then I got to watch his game. That doesn't mean anything in the long haul. I'm trying to get some rest. So yes, I was frustrated and irritated. No, I'm joking.
See that?
I know that's what you was looking for. No. I was excited about the season. I was disappointed about losing, but I was also grateful the opportunity to spend time at home with the family. So yes.
Yeah, it makes you realize. Even LUKA tonight, he was saying he got back to having fun with basketball. That it's just a game, man. And these dudes have families, their fathers, and they're working hard. So as much as people want to throw dirt or have their opinions on these players, shouts out to the Cleveland Cavaliers for a great season and working hard, man. We appreciate y'all.
And that's why I was always, as a coach, I did it. As a player, some coaches that I played for didn't allow it, and some organizations didn't. I think they do a better job today's game than in the past of embracing families. Let the kids run around in the back or be on the court or come to practice or spend time. Because that's where you get the Barry Bonds. That's where you get the Ken Griffey Jr.'s. That's where you get the Steph Currys. So many guys that had an opportunity to live it, be around it, and inspired to be it. And those are valuable opportunities. And even if they don't become pros, you take so much from the individual being away as a father, as a husband, as a man, as a son, as a family member. you're robbed of that. So as much as you can embrace the family, I think is valuable. And that's what the better organizations do.
All right, Pops. So we got a few more games to talk about. We got the Nuggets at the Timberwolves. I know I said all aboard for Airman and the Wolves, but Coach Mark, we need you. Can you give some type of encouragement, strategy, game plan to this young Wolves team going into this Game 6?
Joker's an all-time great. But this just in, fellas, he's not as great as we're making him look. Quite honestly, we have offered no resistance, and he's had his way since Game 2. The last 3 games, not only Joker, but the Denver Nuggets have spanked us. They have disciplined us for having the audacity to win the first 2 games. Let's get back to who we are. Let's get back to who we were in Game 1 and Game 2. No matter where we playing, we took care of business. It's no surprise when we go in the next game, and handle our business in Game 6 and give ourselves a chance. But it starts with our right mentality, right approach, right principles, right competitive spirit. And it starts with taking a challenge. And I'm putting a stop to what they're doing. That's Joker and everybody else. And I think you challenge them individually and collectively to respond. And they have the ability, a top-rated defensive team all year long, to put a stop to some of the ways that they've been hurt. And then to challenge the Nuggets defensively by attacking them when they have the basketball.
Okay. On the other side, can you give me some type of game plan? I know they're rolling already and they seem like they got it all figured out. But how do you keep them from having a letdown in these Denver Nuggets? What would Coach Mark say to them?
I mean, Joker, you a bad boy. Joker, you a bad boy. I mean, this is what I would tell him. This is Lil Wayne. This is Lil Wayne's quote. Lil Wayne, the great Lil Wayne, the historically great Lil Wayne. I don't like Jokic. I don't like his game. He looked like the dad of a YMCA player. That's what Lil Wayne said. That's what Lil Wayne said. The dude does everything right. He doesn't speak as far as talk trash. He competes. He smiles. He jogs up the floor, sky hook, drop step, dunk, humility, all it. Lil Wayne, you're supposed to embrace this. Let me give you some of your own medicine. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. That's the Joker. That's the Joker, baby. Show him love. Embrace greatness when we witness it. That's all I got to say. That's all I have to say. You like that, right?
Oh my gosh, man. Yo.
Come on, man. Show that man that we are witnessing greatness. Embrace it.
I did not expect Weezy F baby quotes tonight, Pop. That's how you feel it?
I'm talking. We got to show him love. This dude is an all-time great, historically all-time great player, and climbing the charts and passing some dudes that we know on a first-name basis. He's a 3-time MVP. Let's acknowledge it. Let's appreciate it. And you can root against him if you want, but there's no question about how incredible he is as a basketball player.
Yeah, but relax though. This is Wayne. Like, this Wayne. Relax, Pops. Like, he could have his opinion. He can say what he wants.
No. I respect the opinion, but I disagree with it. It's okay.
This is my thing. As much as I love Joker, I think he's one of the greatest players of all time. If you looking at his game, he does play like the YMCA dude. He's just cold. He's the coldest YMCA dude of all time. But he plays like the YMCA dude.
You know who he plays like?
Who?
There was this, I'm being serious. My younger brother Escalade played in high school, and he's 6'9", 6'10", and he played against a white guy that was limited but could shoot. So my brother couldn't move because he was overweight. So man, this dude torched him, man. he absolutely torched him. Wherever my brother tried to lead him, he just went to the other spot. Jump shot, sky hook, jump hook, layup, footwork, up and under. He did it all. He does play like that YMCA dude, but that YMCA dude is the number one pick when you're picking teams because nobody in the gym can handle him, and everybody understands it. You're baffled, like, how is this dude cooking everybody? Switch, I got him. He scores on you. Next dude, I got him. Let me get him. That's the Joker. You have no answer for him.
Yeah. I mean, I feel how Wayne feels because I'm looking at it. I'm like, dang, I was believing so much in Ant-Man. I thought he was gonna be Baby Jordan. I thought he was gonna do all this, and then I'm looking at Jokic torch these dudes. And the worst part is, it's one thing if we talking trash and you cooking me. At least I feel like we going back and forth. You give me 40 with a straight face and just at the end of the game you just chilling. That's a bad sign. So I don't know, man. I think it's a wrap for these Timberwolves. But what do you say?
I believe that I picked the Timberwolves to win the series, and then I said whoever won Game 4 was going to win the series. So as much as I don't want to, I'm going to change the pick because I said it, and I believe that the Denver Nuggets will end the series at home, understanding you don't want to go back to Minnesota for Game 7.
All right. It's now time, Pops, for the Mama. There Goes That Man Award. Tell me who wins it.
Keeping it simple, tonight's award goes to Luka Doncic. 31 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, 12 of 22 from the field, 5 3-pointers. Did everything his team needed him to do to respond off of a disappointing performance in the previous game. Came up big. So tonight's award goes to Luka Doncic. Congratulations on winning a Mama. There Goes That Man award.
Can we get a little more build up next time? You just like, you ain't even give a drum roll, please. Give 2 seconds to say this was a man who did anything. Come on, man. You a better storyteller than that. Yeah, I was on my edge of the seat. You just gave away the. Come on. All right, man.
Can you do the drum roll?
Huh?
Can you do the drum roll?
Yeah, you gonna bring it back? We're gonna do it one more time? All right.
Yeah.
All right, Pops. Let me know who wins the Mama. There Goes That Man award.
Tonight's winner goes to the great, historically great, Luka the Don, Luka Doncic. Big time performance, responded, outstanding job, scoring, assisting, rebounding, and setting the tone for his team. Tonight's award goes to Luka. Mama.
Luka!
There goes that man.
There we go. That's the type of energy we need on the first take, man. Dang.
Now you're a producer.
Huh? All right, before we get out of here, Pops, you know we got to talk about my main man, Bronny. He's at the Combine. There was some people talking because he was supposed to be 6'4", but he's missing a few inches. Pause. Let me know what you got to say about this development.
I think you can get too caught up in the analytics. He's 6'1" instead of 6'3" or 6'4". He weighs this instead of this. Guess what? I went the 18th pick in the 1987 draft. I humbly submit I was Rookie of the Year. If you would have had me at the Combine, I'd have been the worst in the sprints. I'd been the worst defensively. I'd have been the worst in the shooting. The bottom line is, guess what? That if you'd have tested Josh Hart on those numbers, he's 6'4", where I'm going to play him at. The dude is out-rebounding everybody on the floor. So you can overreact to stuff that really doesn't matter. Does he compete? Does he do the things that says winning basketball? So you can't get caught up in overreacting to stuff that don't matter. Analyze him, get the data, but also watch him playing in high school, watching him playing in college. There's enough information to tell you whether he's a pro. And I believe he's a pro, and I believe he would be drafted and have a successful NBA career.
I agree. I think it's a good look. I think that people are harping on the negatives for him. When he's shot well, he's performed well during the Combine, and he looks like he's playing on a professional level. So give the dude some respect, man, and let's wait and see.
Do you see Tom Brady's pitch at the Combine with his shirt off?
Nah, he had his shirt off.
Shirt off, and the slowest dude to ever run the 40. I mean, and here he is, the GOAT. So you can't overreact with those numbers. You can't overreact.
I thought you were saying he was at the Combine today with his shirt off. I'm like, I'm like, freaky Tom. What are you doing with his shirt off? All right. That threw me off. All right. Thank you to our sponsors, Underdog Fantasy. Go ahead and click the QR code or scan it. It'll take you right to the site. Play the pick'em game. That's our favorite.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Night Mode edition of the Mark Jackson Show. I'm Mark Jackson. That's my guy, Blue. We thank you for your love and support. Remember, I got up today. I pursued it. I went to the gym. I got up shots. I sprint. I ran. I sweated. I felt good. I felt like I could turn back the hands of time. Old Bishop said, progress visualized becomes inspiration. I'm inspired, and I challenge you to get up, pursue it, and get back to who you once was. It's available. Blessings.